Hey guys, Open here. Gonna be doing a reaction to Venom vs. Bane. Death Battle. Not really sure what else to say, so you know what, let's just get to it. A 3, a 2, and a 1.
We haven't really done the best job with our
Dr. Pepper.
recently, and we really
Not a
want
fan.
to give our community new stuff that they'll enjoy.
And you've got an impressive resume, so if you think you can handle it, the merchandise director job is yours.
Great to be here, Mr. Hines. I won't let you guys down.
Excellent. The first thing you'll need to
I
tell
can
me
never do
about
ventriloquism
Remember
because of
You.
my
What's that?
Well, Rooster Teeth First is kind of like our
Asperger's kind of
subscription
messes up
service
my
for the
what I
R2
say.
website, the mobile app, and the Xbox and Apple TV apps.
Yeah, for less than $5
I'm more like
a month, you
Jimmy
get access
from
to videos early,
South Park.
exclusive content, everything's ad-free, and one membership works across all brands on the website.
What's your plan for the promotion?
Well, I was thinking I'd
You
just put
should-
this up on, the internet.
You should not.
Did you know it's a film crew? All right, I'll see you around the water cooler.
Oh, Bob, just one more thing. If it doesn't work out, we're gonna have to eat you.
What the f***?
Yeah, you'll probably get rabies though.
Hey, you, there, sign up for first membership now. Or they're gonna eat me.
I'd rather watch them eat you.
Every champion of justice inspires others.
I've never played that game. It looks cool, but
sometimes
I have
inspiration creates your worst
I'm a sore
nightmare.
loser.
Venom,
I'm not used to
the
losing.
ultimate antithesis to Spider-Man. And Bane, the burly genius who broke the bet.
Wait, what? Oh, God! Oh, my back just snapped like a pack of uncooked spaghetti! Oh, you just walk up and break my back without saying a word! Oh, boo! Boo on you, sir!
I remember that movie about the
And
Well,
it's
both
our
of them.
job to analyze their weapons, armor,
One
and
about
skills
Bane
to find
and
out who would win
the
a
first
death
time I've
battle.
ever seen Bane was
The word
Dr.
symbiosis
Cold or whatever
refers to
chill
two organisms
Batman's
living in
enemy.
beneficial harmony, such as when two beings bond over an obsessive.
How did he not
desire
get
to
ripped
kill
apart?
Spider-Man. Eddie Brock was an up-and-coming journalist on the brink of national success when life decided
I like the movie
to just
version.
shit all over him. One day, Eddie published an article incriminating a man he thought was a serial killer. However, that very same day, Spider-Man caught the real killer, publicly shaming Eddie. As a result, Eddie's company fired him, his father disowned him, and his wife left him.
Oh, that is
He
horseshit.
had cancer. Damn,
Well.
talk about a bad day. Understandably pretty upset about it, Eddie blamed Spider-Man for ruining his life. This led to his fateful meeting with a
Sadly,
weird
he's kind of
guy
like me. I
who
blame
really
everyone else until
never
I
gave
get
him
enough time to
90s,
realize I
just
fucked
like
up.
that, except alive and evil.
But at least I've gotten a lot better at
This
it.
was a symbiote from the planet Clintar, an alien species with one goal: to grow stronger.
I mean, I really
by
would love to
fusing
learn
with a
about different
living
worlds.
host. I know that sounds intimidating and almost parasitic, but the Clintar people are naturally a peaceful race. However, they often inherit their host's traits and personality. This symbiote in particular had previously bonded with a violent alien bent on genocide and a costume superhero everybody knows as Deadpool.
Ah!
There's
Deadpool.
no way this symbiote is sane after that. It wasn't. Afterward, it bonded with Spider-Man, who experienced this rage and lunacy firsthand.
Spider-Man! Spider-Man! Here comes Peter on the clothesline, but his name's not Peter, it is Spider-Man! Spider-Man!
Horrified by this, Spider-Man eventually discarded the symbiote. Unaware the alien had determined Spidey was its ideal host and became obsessed with him. Much like Bar sometimes you go home with, but never really want to see her again. So what do you get when you combine an angry man and a black goo monster, both hatefully obsessed?
Oh, I thought he
at
was
the same
being
time?
him.
Most just call him Venom. Did you know Eddie came up with the name Venom because he felt he was spewing venom from the tabloids he worked at? Seriously?
Okay.
I give that origin a 3 out of 10. Thank God the name's cool at least. And
That's
Venom's
odd.
abilities are even cooler. He's insanely strong, ridiculously agile, and has a fast-paced healing factor. He can power through bullets with no problem at all.
Plus, the symbiote carries some of the abilities of its previous owners, including Spidey. That means he can climb on walls and shoot
I
weapons
might go with
strong enough that
him
Spidey
instead of
himself can't
Bane,
break
because
through.
Bane is all about brute
Technically
force.
speaking, Venom simply reproduces the webbing effects via one of his more useful powers, shape-shifting. This symbiote can act as a liquid, allowing it to increase Venom's size for intimidation, or even mimic Eddie's everyday clothing for discretion.
Not
Oh,
to mention,
nice.
Venom can morph into a wingsuit to glide through the air, isolate and purge toxins.
Oh, that's gonna
from
piss
his body,
Batman off.
Straight up turn
Hey, wait a
invisible,
second.
or even just sprout
There's only supposed to be
spikes
one
for
of
simple
me.
stabbing weapons.
With these abilities seemingly limited only by his twisted imagination, Venom has tangled with many of his world's heavy hitters. He's defeated Spider-Man without having a host, resisted Ghost Rider's penance stare, and shaken off the
Yeah,
whole
where's Ghost
infamous
Rider?
Thunderclap.
Going to work, helping the environment, saving the economy.
That's right, he's even taken blows from the likes of the Juggernaut and the Hulk.
Even if
Yeah,
it's
I'd put my
not
vote on
injured,
him.
The symbiote can rapidly heal its host. From broken bones, impalement through the chest, or even blasts from an anti-tank rocket. He's also so speedy that he can catch up to bullets in mid-flight.
Wow.
But if he doesn't feel like it, he'll just take the shot and spit it back with deadly force.
He's
Jeez.
strong enough to bust down metal doors with his fists, tear apart large military trucks, or throw cars several
Well, I guess they
blocks
call him
away.
super
I mean,
villains
part
for
of that's gotta be
They don't
proud.
call him super
Have
villains
you
for
seen
nothing.
how much that dude can lift?
Most impressively, Venom once held up a giant carnival ride similar to a Ferris wheel, even after getting struck by one of his worst weaknesses, a sound gun.
A sound gun? That's pretty lame. So, like,
Well,
I
sound
can
does
just beat
hurt.
him if I scream really loud?
With enough sound or literal firepower, yes, you could force the symbiote to expose the vulnerable host underneath. Though I should note that repeated exposure has helped Venom build up some tolerance. Also, while the symbiote is highly versatile, Venom is not exactly a strategist. Unsurprising given his apparent insanity.
I like being bad. It makes me happy.
The symbiote also requires a diet containing the chemical phenethylamine.
Venom, what? You like buy that at the store? Or...
Even
No, it's found in certain fungi, chocolate, and brain matter, which the symbiote greatly hungers for.
Oh, great! Now it eats brains! God, this guy is literally a living nightmare.
Eddie, is that you?
There's no more Eddie and no more symbiote. Only Venom.
come on.
In his personal mission to drive crime from Gotham City, Batman has faced dozens of foes, each more vile and cunning than the last. But none challenged his sheer willpower more than the monstrous man called Bane.
Bane's life was screwed from the start. He was born into prison and made to carry out his dead man's life sentence.
Like the
Talk about
movie.
carrying the sins of your father. I mean, who puts a baby in jail? Couldn't it just, like, crawl through the bars? Did they make a baby jail? So many questions.
Tommy.
The child spent his dawning years in captivity, forced to fend for himself against a cruel and unforgiving world.
Yeah,
Then
the
one
movie's
day,
much
a
darker.
fateful accident caused something to snap inside him.
I'm guessing his neck.
No, well, it should have. Instead, the boy slipped into a coma where he saw a vision of his future self. A man standing above all other men.
Go have sex with yourself, asshole. I'm not that stupid. Just for that, I'm gonna spend my whole childhood eating what I want and doing drugs when I want. Whatever, I do what I want.
No, wait. Oh, God damn it!
Future Self told him he would be second to none, so long as he could conquer the power of fear, which is apparently shaped like a bat. Huh, would you look at that?
You okay?
The odds.
When the child awoke, he began his journey to conquer that fear through the power of bloody murder.
Hell yeah! That's also when the prison warden called him a bane to everything holy.
That's why he's named Bane.
Well, they shouldn't have pissed him
2
off.
out of 10. Anyway, it wasn't long before Bane caught wind of a certain bat ruling Gotham City by fear. But he got to work trying to become the ridiculously jacked guy he saw in his dreams, so he could take down Batman once and for all.
As he grew up, Bane entered an intense daily workout regimen, not just of his body, but his mind as well. He educated himself in 10 languages, escapology, combat tactics, and several martial arts, including a few he created himself.
Bane pretty much became a legend across the prison, so to remind everybody who was in charge, the warden decided to make an example of him.
See, this place wasn't just a prison. The army of Santa Prisco was conducting tests on human subjects with an experimental formula called Venom.
Because super soldier formulas are all the rage.
The procedure had killed every previous test subject, but Bane proved hardier than expected.
And after he had a taste, Bane wanted Venom for himself. So he faked his own death, punched a few sharks to death, and liberated the whole prison single-handed. The inmates joined his cause, and he took his new super soldier serum to Gotham City.
Using a special apparatus on his wrist, Bane can administer a dosage of Venom directly into his brain at will. Doing so dramatically increases his muscle mass, turning him into one of Gotham City's most ferocious physical threats.
You look gross. You look like poop.
I look like a guy who's been hitting the gym.
It has nothing to do with the gym. You're on drugs.
He's destroyed the Batmobile with his bare hands, jumped off skyscrapers without injury, and lifted loaded armored trucks which weigh tens of thousands of pounds. And then there's the feat he's most famous for, breaking the back of Batman.
Oh, like a string of firecrackers, my f***ing back! Oh, I felt the soles of my feet touch the back of my head on that one.
That's Bane.
But Bane didn't just break bone. He literally put poor Batman into a coma.
Well, years later, Batman did get his revenge. After swapping powers with Superman, he paid Bane a visit and broke his everything.
And somehow, this didn't kill him.
Just fucking die!
He's one tough son of a bitch, and if
he usually doesn't kill people, that's the problem.
Flow of Venom for more strength and faster healing. But when he first tried this, it came at a cost.
Turns out, an overdose of Venom can temporarily deteriorate one's mind, turning Bane into a mindless, muscle-bound beast.
Ta-da! It is I, the stupid Tooth Fairy.
And it's also surprisingly addictive. So eventually, Bane swore off the stuff for some time.
But this only let Bane prove that he is just as dangerous even without the performance-enhancing drug. He's been pelted by dozens of bricks at once and taken countless stabbings and bullets without even reacting. He once cauterized his own wound with a blowtorch and even got thrown hundreds of yards by a Elasti-Woman and got right back up ready to fight.
The juice Bane is strong enough to tear down a stone prison wall, casually rip off an armored guy's limbs, and take out dozens of members of the League of Assassins. Solo. But if he really needs to, he can always fall off the wagon and get back on the Venom.
Bane's absurd power is matched only by his intelligent mind. He possesses a photographic memory, rivals Ra's al Ghul in chess, and deduced the identity of Batman in 1 year when nobody else could figure it out.
That's impressive.
Pretty ridiculous, but it's no secret that he's at his best when he's got that.
In the actual movie, he did not have any
Luckily
venom.
for him, he eventually developed a form of venom that didn't turn his brain into mush, and he then soon got addicted to that stuff all over again.
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. Because drugs are bad, okay? It's a bad thing to do drugs, so don't be bad by doing drugs, okay? That'd be bad. Drugs are bad. Okay?
Still, Bane has proven over and over again that with or without Venom, anyone who crosses him will beg for mercy and receive none.
When we fought before, I broke the bat. Today, I break the man.
All right, the combatants are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
But all this strength talk has reminded me I gotta bulk up, and the best way to do it is with a delicious home-cooked meal.
Gotta wait up. No, this is the old arcade version.
Step aside, niños.
Someone likes cat. But yeah, I go with Venom.
No, it's something else.
Say it. Hey, only the Joker can laugh that much.
You're mine! Mine! Yummy!
Ooh! Tear the tubes off.
Oh, your blood's spicy. Delicious. Big Daddy can punch.
I would love to see a 3D version of this.
You fall back on cheap magic tricks, trying to disappear. Yet you don't know how to be truly invisible. Now, I give you permission to die.
Rocket launcher. And he's gonna stop. Nope. Okay. Damn it. Either. Okay, there goes Venom.
You're just like all the others. Broken.
I thought he was gonna snap his head off. Huh? What the fuck just happened?
What's happening? Now, for what we came for! Up goes the weasel! KO!
Yeah, I kind of knew he was gonna win.
That can't taste good.
Both fighters were intense physical threats, but only one wielded the superior Venom.
Venom had many advantages over Bane. Speed, durability, versatility, and even strength.
Yep.
Bane's peak strength was at most just enough to lift a 27-ton car. Meanwhile, Venom was strong enough to stop a falling carnival ride and hold it up by himself, even while in a weakened state. Comparing it to similar carnival rides, my very conservative estimate would place this thing weighing around...
Many people are terrified of those.
Way more
I find them
impressive
fun.
than anything Bane ever lifted.
Of course, Bane was smarter. However, even if he had deduced Venom's key weaknesses to fire and sound, he wasn't really equipped to take advantage of them.
As for speed, Venom could catch bullets. Even better, he could catch up to bullets in midair. He had to move over 1,500 miles per hour to do that.
Ironically enough, almost twice the speed of sound.
Surprisingly, their durability levels were pretty even. Both have taken hits from Superman-level beings and lived to fight another day.
The big difference being Venom's healing factor was far superior. He could fight on par with Juggernaut, who can make 4.8 magnitude earthquakes with his bare hands.
But it's not like Batman ever needed
Each
super
universe are all
strength to
OP,
knock Bane
unless
out
it's just
cold.
Marvel.
In time, Venom's superior strength, speed, durability, and versatility simply overwhelmed Bane.
Looks like Venom was the real Bane.
Or is he of DC? Yeah, I think he's DC.
Is Venom.
Yeah. To me, they're all the same.
Hey, stick around to find out who's coming up next on Death Battle. And if you want to see
Seriously,
behind the scenes commentary on
Battle
the
of
episode, then click
Scrooge
that box and join
McDuck
the 30-day
versus
free
Shovel.
first membership trial. Thanks for watching.
Night.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Power Rangers! I grew up with that. And pause. Can I get a pause? Okay. So yeah, that was my reaction to Venom vs. Bane, Death Battle. Yeah, I kinda knew Venom was gonna win because Bane is all about brute force, while Venom is, well, psychotic and clever at the same time. Dangerous combo. Excuse me. coffee afterburner. But, yeah, hope you guys like the reaction, and have a nice day.
The road before you calls for might, it feeds on pain.